Welcome back to Character Conversions, where I try to bring fictional characters to life in D&D. Today we build the leader of the Sons of Liberty and 43rd President of the United States, George Sears, better known as Solidus Snake. For stats, we'll be using the standard array of the player's handbook, divided up as you see here. Intelligence is our primary stat due to our reliance on technology, while our physical stats should be lower due to our accelerated aging. Dex and Con will be higher to represent some of the enhancements we gain from our exoskeleton. For race, as one of the 3 clones of Big Boss, we'll be going with Variant Human. This will increase our Constitution and Intelligence by 1 each to 13 and 16 respectively. Our skill of choice will be Deception, as we eventually chose the life of a politician rather than a soldier like our brothers. Our feat will be Inspiring Leader, as we are meant to be a figurehead for the Patriots in the image of Big Boss. This will allow us to spend 10 minutes giving our villainous monologue to up to 6 creatures within 30 feet. Each of them will then gain temporary hit points equal to our level plus our charisma modifier. Finally, we speak Common and 1 additional language. I'll go with Elven, but choose whatever fits your campaign. For background, as the 43rd President of the United States, we will be going with Noble. This gives us proficiency with History and Persuasion, 2 very useful skills for a politician. We will gain proficiency with 1 gaming set of our choice, choose whatever you like. We speak an additional language, I'll be choosing Dwarfish, but once again choose what fits your campaign. And finally, our feature is Position of Privilege. With this, we will always be welcome in high society, and the common folk will make every effort to accommodate us and avoid our displeasure. For class, due to our heavier reliance on technology, we'll be going with Artificer. This gives us a D8 hit die, proficiency with light and medium armor, as well as shields. We're proficient with simple weapons. For tools, we have Thieves' Tools, Tinker's Tools, and 1 Artisan Tool. Choose whatever you like here, but not Smith's Tools, as we'll have that later. We gain proficiency with Constitution and Intelligence saves, and for skills, we'll pick up Investigation and Perception. As a first level Artificer, we gain Magical Tinkering, 2 cantrips, and can prepare a number of spells equal to our Intelligence modifier plus half our Artificer level. Magical Tinkering is like an advanced prestidigitation that won't really help us in battle. For cantrips, we'll be taking Booming Blade and Sword Burst. We aren't proficient with our swords yet, but we're laying the groundwork for them later. For spells, I recommend Detect Magic, False Life, Featherfall, Identify, Jump, and Longstrider. Mostly spells that enhance our own body to represent our exoskeleton, whereas Detect Magic and Identify are to represent when we scanned Raiden and detected nanomachines. Now with our second level in Artificer, we gain our Infusions. We gain 4 Infusions, but can only have 2 active at a time. For Infusions, we want Armor of Magical Strength, Enhanced Defense, and Enhanced Weapon. The 4th is really open for whatever you like, but for me, I'll be picking up Repeating Shot. Enhanced Weapon will give us a +1 bonus to attack and damage, Enhanced Defense will increase our AC by 1, Armor of Magical Strength gives our armor 6 charges, which we can expend 1 to add a bonus to our roll equal to our Intelligence modifier, and if knocked prone, we can use our reaction and 1 charge to avoid being knocked prone. The armor regains 1d6 expended charges each dawn. Finally, Repeating Shot will give a weapon +1 to attack and damage and allow us to ignore the loading property, giving it infinite ammo. As a 3rd level Artificer, we get to choose what type of specialist we are, and we will of course be going with Armorer. This grants us the right tool for the job, Tools of the Trade, 2 armor spells in the form of Magic Missile and Thunder Wave, Arcane Armor, and Armor Model. Tools of the Trade will give us proficiency with Heavy Armor and Smith's Tools. Arcane Armor will allow us to each short or long rest designate a suit of armor as Guardian or Infiltrator armor. We can freely switch between the 2, but for our build, I recommend Guardian. This gives us Thunder Gauntlets that deal 1d8 thunder damage on a hit and allow us to use our Intelligence for attack and damage. These can represent our snake arms. While the defensive field allows us to gain temporary hit points equal to our Artificer level a number of times each long rest equal to our Proficiency modifier. This will represent our armor being able to lessen the damage of blows as it hit us. As a 4th level Artificer, we gain our first ability score improvement. We'll drop this into our Intelligence, raising it to an 18. At 5th level, now that we have our exoskeleton down, let's start working on our combat style and soldier genes. Multiclassing over to Fighter will give us a D10 hit die and proficiency with martial weapons. Our fighting style will be the 2-weapon fighting, allowing us to add our ability modifier to the damage of weapons in our second hand. I recommend a scimitar to represent our katana and short sword for the wakizashi. Finally, Second Wind allows us to regain 1d10 plus our fighter level and hit points once per short rest as a bonus action. 6th level in our 2nd level in Fighter, we gain Action Surge, allowing us to take an additional action each short or long rest. As a 3rd level Fighter, we choose our martial archetype. To build on the base of what we have with Artificer, we'll be going with Eldritch Knight. This grants us Weapon Bond, 2 cantrips, and 3 first level abjuration or evocation spells. With Weapon Bond, we can bond to our 2 swords as an hour-long ritual, making it so we can summon a single one to our hand as a bonus action. We can also never be disarmed of our bonded weapon unless we're incapacitated. For our 2 cantrips, we'll pick up Blade Ward for some defensive fighting, and Mage Hand to allow us to use our snake arms to manipulate objects. For first level spells, we will grab Absorb Elements, Magic Missile, and Shield. Absorb Elements and Shield are further representation of our armor's defensive technology, with Magic Missile representing shooting from our snake arms. 8th level and our 4th level in Fighter is our next ability score improvement. We'll cap off our intelligence at 20. Finally, we gain an additional first level spell, of which we will grab Jim's Magic Missile from Acquisitions Incorporated. Similar to Magic Missile, this is representing ranged attacks from our snake arms. 9th level and our 5th level in Fighter grants us extra attack. Now when we take the attack action, we make 2 attacks instead of 1. As a 6th level fighter, we gain another ability score improvement. We'll drop this into our dexterity now, raising it to a 16. As a 7th level Eldritch Knight, we gain War Magic and our first 2nd level spell. War Magic makes it so when we use our action to cast a cantrip, we can make 1 weapon attack as a bonus action. For our 2nd level spell, let's grab Agonizar's Scorcher. This lets us create a 30-foot long, 5-foot wide line of fire from us in any direction we choose. Now, be entirely source accurate, this should be getting left behind us as we dash, but this is our placeholder for now. 12th level and our 8th level in Fighter is our next ability score improvement, followed by a 2nd level spell from any School of Magic. We'll increase our Constitution to 14 this time around, and for our spell, let's grab Enhance Ability. Not the best choice optimally, but flavor-wise I like the option of our suit being able to focus on improving any ability score. 9th level in Fighter grants us Indomitable, allowing us to reroll a saving throw that we fail once per long rest, but we must choose the new roll even if it is worse. As a 10th level Eldritch Knight, we gain Eldritch Strike, 1 additional cantrip, and another 2nd level spell. Eldritch Strike means when we hit a creature with a weapon attack, it has disadvantage on the next save it makes against our spells until the end of our next turn. For our cantrip, we will grab Message for some short-range radio communication, and for a 2nd level spell, let's grab Shatter. 15th level and our 11th level in Fighter, extra attack improves, allowing us to make 3 attacks instead of 1. We also gain another 2nd level spell. We'll grab Scorching Ray for some more ranged capabilities with our snake arms. 12th level is our next ability score improvement. We'll increase our dexterity to 18 to increase our capabilities with our swords. 13th level in Fighter grants us another use of Indomitable per long rest and our first 3rd level spell. We will take a Chardalon's Stride, giving us our representation of Solidus' accelerator unit, allowing us to leave a trail of fire in our wake. 18th level and 14th level in Fighter is another ability score increase and 1 3rd level spell from any School of Magic. We will increase our Constitution to 16, and for our spell we will pick up Haste, a useful spell for anyone expecting to be in melee. As a 15th level Eldritch Knight, we gain Arcane Charge, giving us the ability to teleport up to 30 feet when we action surge, before or after the additional action. This can still represent our accelerator unit, we just won't leave a trail of fire behind us this time. 20th level and the capstone of our build will be our final ability score improvement, and a 3rd level Abjuration or Evocation spell. We'll bump our Constitution to 18, and for our 3rd level spell, let's pick up Intellect Fortress. I like to think of this as a representation of strong will and leadership. End result, we'll have an average of 189 hit points. I will assume that our suit being top of the line has no expense spared and it is considered full plate. This gives us an AC of 19 with enhanced defense, 24 if we use shield. We have 4 weapons in the forms of our katana, a scimitar, wakizashi, a short sword, our snake arms, the thunder gauntlets, and our P90, a hand crossbow. Assuming the scimitar gets the enhanced weapon infusion, we will average 8 damage with the scimitar and hand crossbow, 7 with the short sword, and 9 with our thunder gauntlets. My math will assume we're using our scimitar and short sword like the final battle against Raiden. We can make 3 attacks in a round for an average of 27 damage, and with our bonus action offhand attack we bump it up to 34. Haste can give us an additional action for another 8 damage and a total of 42, and if we action surge we increase this to an average of 69 damage in 1 round. If worse comes to worse, we can cast Blade Ward to half damage coming in at us and still be able to attack with our bonus action. Otherwise, we have a select few range spells for when they are needed, but we are primarily a melee fighter. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment your opinions or suggestions for new builds. I hope all your 20s are natural, and I'll see you next time.